Child rights indicates the inherent rights of all human beings below the age of 18 years, irrespective of their race, color, sex, creed, or other status. These rights are enshrined in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Children, 1989. India ratified this convention, promising to ensure children's rights. After more than 20 years of signing this convention, there is a big question on how many children in our country enjoy their rights.
अच्छा पढ़ाई होना चाहिए, अच्छा कपड़ा होना चाहिए, अच्छा घर होना चाहिए, अच्छा खाना पीना होना चाहिए।
दोस्त चाहिए, यहाँ खेलने को आज़ादी चाहिए, पढ़ने की भी आज़ादी चाहिए।
हमको घर चाहिए, पढ़ाई चाहिए, प्यार चाहिए।
Kolkata, a city of more than just a few crore people, where everyone is in a hurry to get to their destination. And this city of the many is also home to approximately 800,000 child workers. More than 100,000 live on and off the streets. Spread all over, these children are the city's invisible population, growing up in the shanties, slums and streets. Deprived of their rights, they spend their childhood either begging at the street crossings or picking up rags, working in roadside eateries, tea stalls, garages, factories, and often become victims of abuse and exploitation.
If the society is to improve and develop, they can only do it through education. And there are millions of young boys and girls who do not have even basic primary education.
If we go by our constitution, we do realize that each and every child of our nation has the right to free as well as compulsory education.
मेरा बाबा मर गया था, मेरा माँ बोला घर मेरा काम करोगे, हम स्कूल जाना चाहते हैं।
Understanding this disparity and the gap in implementation of legal provisions, civil society organizations like Save the Children, along with its local NGO partners, have been working towards ensuring their right to education through the concept of each one, teach one. In this, children from the reputed private and government schools volunteer to teach their lesser privileged friends. These volunteers are acknowledged as peer educators.
The idea behind this was to, one, obviously reaching out the number of children who are being deprived from their basic right to education. To ensure that also, the another component that we have thought about is involving the children from the privileged communities and then promoting volunteerism in those children.
An initiative where the children from these schools and the children from the streets meet and interact with each other, try to understand each other, contribute effectively towards ensuring the rights of the children who are the victims of a systematic exclusion.
We had to take each child one by one and get to hold their hands and play with them and then get to know them properly. Then only could they open up with us for us to sit and teach them properly.
Children learn better from children, so therefore it would be more acceptable from their peers rather than from adults.
This concept got stronger support of many well-known schools of the city like Assembly of God Church, Modern High School, St. James, Our Lady of Providence, Bhutnath Mahamaya Institution, Mahadevi Birla High School for Girls, St. George's, St. Sebastian, Silver Point and APJ schools.
So the idea is to use the infrastructure of educational institutions, and instead of hiring teachers and paying them, why not take those students who have education and then use their services.
दीदी अच्छे से पढ़ाती हैं, हम लोग को अच्छा जहन में लेते हैं, इसीलिए अच्छा लगता है यहाँ पे आना.
For the children coming to the learning center and interacting with the peer educators from different schools is more than mere a learning experience. These peer educators are a window for them for the outside world. They get to know and learn about the many other things like making crafts, solving puzzles, reading storybooks, etc. apart from their study.
It was sad to hear some of the children have family background. Parents don't exist, some of them. Some of them parents exist, but they deprive them of studies. They make them work. Like a girl I knew, her name was Karina, she would work in her house. And I felt so bad hearing that. Being of the same age, she going and working and me studying was bad.
So initially when we came here dressed in our school uniform, they never thought of us as somebody who was trying to help them. Rather, we were again a part of that same crowd who would laugh at them, who would make fun of what they were. So, getting to know them, trying to get them to open up, to tell us what problems they had, why they were facing them, and to convince them that what we were doing would later lead to their greater good.
For these peer educators, it is a world hitherto unexplored before. Life previously meant going back home to loving parents after school and outings with friends, etc. This program brought a new vision in them, a vision to do something for the children, to make others realize that it's high time we should stand for the rights of children, which are denied since ages. A few of them now stay back after school to spend time with these children, teaching them. But the beginning was never smooth for these young, enthusiastic peers. For them, the challenge lay not merely in convincing their parents to let them spend a few hours away from their books, but also learning how to be patient while interacting with children who have never experienced classrooms before.
I was apprehensive because of his studies, because he was losing out on time, and of course going to the slums and being with these children.
करपोसत स्कूल पर ले गए, वहाँ डाले, अपने पास से सब सेंटर से स्कूल का ड्रेस, जूता, बैग ये सब दिए, हम लोग को हेल्प किए, और बच्चे लोग भी जो बदमाशी करने लगा तो वो पढ़ने लगा और दिल लगा के पढ़ने लगा.
In spite of all the small efforts, the peer educators are trying to bring in the lives of the children. They are constantly facing the most fundamental question: why some children like us are blessed with the right to getting educated and not children like them? Why this disparity? Who is responsible for this? Is it the parents? Is it the government? Is it the schools? Or is it all of us?
मम्मी पापा जिम्मेदार है अभी, क्योंकि मम्मी पापा के पास पैसे नहीं, इसलिए हम नहीं जा पा रहे हैं.
The government should do something. That the Education Rights Act has come out already, but the implementation is very slow of that.
I think we should be responsible for this.
I think this is the society is responsible for this.
আমি বড় ম্যামের মতন একটা দিদিমণি হতে চাই, আমি কিছু বাচ্চাদেরকে নিয়ে পড়াতে চাই, আমি নিজে কামিয়ে আমার মাদের খাওয়াতে চাই, ঘরে কিনে ওখানে থাকাবো, কোনো কিছুতে অসুবিধা না হোক, এটাই আমি চাই খালি.
It is high time for us seriously realize that every child is titled to certain rights mentioned in the UNCRC, which needs to be fulfilled. It is time that we come forward to protect the rights of these children and provide them an environment conducive for their holistic development.